Greetings, travelers. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kahi.
And we're the Genshin guys. Welcome all. This podcast is for fans of Genshin Impact, the mobile game made by Hoyoverse, also known as miHoYo. Here we talk about our opinions, experiences, and dreams about Genshin Impact. If you like our show, don't forget to subscribe on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you're listening to the podcast. So, before we get started, Kahi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I finally have set up my new microphone, and I am really liking this. I'm liking this setup. It's a pretty heavy mic, but
sounds good.
I have a new interface. I think it sounds great. It's better than my other microphone. A little bit of process to get it set up, as you may know. Little hiccups along the way.
Yeah,
but
that was
honestly,
actually crazy. Like, there was just yeah,
a lot of
you found a workaround. That's all I can say.
So, for those of you who are wondering, I am using the Shure SM7B. So this is like the microphone you want to look for. So like all the other podcasts I ever listened to or watched, I've always noticed, wait, they're using the same microphone. Sounds great. I should get that. It took a while to get and to save up for, because like since we started this podcast, I've gotten like 2 new computers. I've gotten a new monitor as a mic stand. So I think I knew I should have got the mic first, but I still need like the other equipment to like kind of like get a nice setup, a good base, a good core of my setup. Obviously, it's going to be the computers. So got that. And finally, the cherry on top, which should have been the cake, is the microphone. I really like this thing. It's super clean, super crisp. I don't have to worry about like any buzzing noises anymore, because I had no idea just how much effort and time went into setting up audio cables like this, because this is using an XLR microphone. A lot of people have been probably using USB-C or USB microphones only. XLR is a whole nother game. So obviously you need an interface. I mean, technical things aside, it's good. I like it. Let me know your feedback. I would like to know if it sounds good on your end.
Oh, of course it sounds good. I'm going to edit it to make it sound good. I'm just kidding. No, it's
even better.
largely unedited in Kahi's case. With this new mic, I assume when I go to edit this, but yeah, that's pretty great, man.
All right. So how has your week been? How are you? Doing all right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing okay. Just streaming and doing a lot of stuff, working on voice acting auditions. Looking for like a new job, actually, like from work. I'm looking for like a work from home job and all this stuff. So, obviously I'm doing the podcast and content creation, but it helps to have, like, since I moved from Japan, I haven't had a job. So now I'm thinking, all right, funds are depleting. Time to go get a job. So, yeah, I'm just looking for that. So it's for those of you that are out there looking for a job, you know how difficult it is right now. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm just trying to like enjoy the day-to-day, just take it one day at a time, and just do my best, like, as much as possible. So yeah, I'm doing all right. Okay, with that being said, let's introduce today's topics. We'll be talking about our weeks in Genshin news, and we'll be doing a Liyue Ludicrous List today, so only using the Liyue characters. And we will do our community discussion question and last wish as always. So before we get started, I want to just give another quick shout out to Discord. If you're not already part of the Discord and you listen to the podcast, we would love to see you in the Discord. So come hang out with us, join our Discord. The link is in the description of this episode. And yeah, we'd love to see you there. Like, we talk about Genshin all the time. I stream in Discord exclusively sometimes versus Twitch. So if you want to like come hang out, we can like talk while I'm streaming. And yeah, it's a pretty fun place to be. So, and thank you to all my mods who make that community such a great place. And yeah, so hopefully see you there. Now let's get started with our first segment, our weeks in Genshin. Alright, Kahi, how has your week in Genshin been?
So I've been having a pretty interesting week in Genshin, because technically I've been spending more time out of Genshin, but having to go into Genshin to get things for the thing I'm doing outside of Genshin. So to be more specific, I've been, yeah, let me simplify that. I have actually been starting to make a little music video with like the combat animations. So I'm looking at all the characters that I had, I don't know how I started this idea, but I do remember a long time ago in like year one of Genshin, I thought, wow, these guys look really cool. I like how they fight. I like all their, the combat animation. So I wanted to make like a music video back then. Just never had the time to. Now that I do,
I
I've been,
remember that. I remember because like
yeah.
you really liked Kaching's animations.
Oh yeah, Talon
Yeah.
Zhao.
Yeah, it was just like
Um,
I remember you talking about that like way early.
yeah, I mean like a really like short clip from like a team combo. And then I thought, okay, I could do something like this, but choreographing like a team combo is, of course, a lot harder than just, well, there's a different level of, difficulty regarding recording what you want, putting it into a video. So I didn't actually realize how long this little mini like side project was going to take because I had to record every character doing their combat animations, like, and taking a moment to pause in between each attack because a lot of characters have a very different like weapon stowing animation after they're done, after like their second basic attack, then their third basic attack. They're actually different.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them obviously have like similar ones, so that's what I was trying to find. So I've been just recording all their animations from different angles and their skills and their bursts and their idle animations. That took me like hours to record itself
Sounds about right.
and hours more just to like find, okay, which one matches up, which one aligns up. And then of course I went through like two different songs because I thought, okay, this song sounds good in the beginning, but then I realized, wait, I actually have this other song in mind that I wanted to do a long time ago. Oh, it's been like a good kind of stressful. It's been fun because like I have like a project to work on.
Right.
It's like a personal project, but it's like I love finding these little things that just synchronize perfectly together. Like I find one animation that leads up into the next animation, and it just is one continuous flow. And lo and behold, it matches the song perfectly. So seeing those little moments come together, I can understand how like a a developer feels like when they write one line of code and it doesn't break their whole app, and it's like yes, it works, and then they just keep building more onto it. I love it. That's like literally been my whole week, just making this little video, maybe playing here and there, but
Nice.
recording all this stuff. It looks really really clean. I hope to be finished with it within the next week or so.
Yeah, I think you posted like a little clip
Mhm.
on either your Twitter or on Discord,
Mhm.
right?
And yeah, I put it in the Discord too. That's still like an early beta version, but I'm like a third, maybe like halfway through the video right now.
Nice.
Just cleaning it up in there.
Can't wait to see it.
Timing is hard. But there's like no special effects. I don't like special effects. I don't like filters. I don't like weird transitions. Just show me the clip, show me the footage, and let the footage speak for itself. That's
Hey
my
man,
style.
if you ever need me to like help you record like different angles, because in co-op, like I can just go
Mhm.
into camera mode and you do your own thing, and then we can get different angles. I'd totally be down to do that.
We should do like a co-op camera event too,
Yeah,
sometime in the future.
yeah. Why not? Let's figure it
Mhm.
out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So yeah, what you been up to?
Oh, so in Genshin, other than like trying to like power up my account and making sure I spend resin like in the right places, like I just got Kokomi to level 90 finally, and as well as someone else, totally forgot who. I got Shangling I think maybe about a week ago already. So yeah, and now next I'm working on Fischl and then Toma, but yeah, it's so funny that you mentioned like the normal attack patterns because I absolutely love looking at the normal attack patterns. Like I on stream too. Sometimes like when I'm just kind of zoning out, I'll just like press the button once, wait for them to put their weapon back, press the button twice, wait for them to put their weapon back. Like
Yeah,
I'll
that's what
do
I've been
that.
doing
Yeah,
for
I'll
all
do
of
that
them.
on stream like randomly when I'm just like, man, look at this animation. And like, Toma like flips at the end of his. Every time Toma finishes his normal attack
He has some
animation, it
cool ones.
launches
Yeah.
the enemy like so far. It's so cool. Um yeah, and then like so this week I was doing adventure trials, which maybe we'll talk about sometime soon, but like it is ending today, so like the day we're recording this. So if you haven't already done it, unfortunately you're not able to do it anymore, but it is really cool, and it reminds me of Divine Ingenuity and the things that could be possible if they gave us access to some of the tools they have in Divine Ingenuity, like having infinite cooldowns on your character's skills, or like different ways to trigger different events, and like all this interesting stuff. I'm really hoping they give us some of that in the future. But either way, the event was super fun, and it was super, super cool to play it. I only played it in co-op with one other person, but apparently you can play with 4 people, and it looks just like so much fun. I just want to say, Infinitely Flying Wanderer is the coolest thing ever. Like, it is so fun.
That sounds great, actually.
It feels like a different game, honestly. It feels like a totally different game. Like, oh, I'm playing like a 3D space shooter kind of game. Like, it's really weird. But it's really cool. And oh yes, and on my Twitch channel, I did like a huge update where I don't think you know about this, Kahi, but like I updated it so that people who are on my channel that get channel points for watching can use those channel points to challenge me to do stuff. And if I lose the challenge, then I have to spin a wheel and I have to do like a punishment challenge. So, and then there's like a bunch of other redeems I added, like reading things with the voice actor voice, doing impressions of characters. I was doing a Sino impression while telling dad jokes. I added that as a redeem too. So, so.
Oh my god, that's gotta be
Kahi,
hilarious.
Do you want to hear a joke?
I have a feeling I have no choice.
You want to know why the Fatui are so bothered by Scaramouche leaving? It's because he had a... It's because he left a big hat to fill.
Oh
Do you
my
get it?
god.
A hat?
Oh my gosh. What is it? Okay, what is that one Walking Dead meme where he's just leaning to
Carl.
the kid? You get it? You get it, Carl?
Carl.
You get it?
Oh man, that one killed at the academia. Anyway, so it was like really fun. Maybe that wasn't the best impression I've done, but like, it's really fun to like do some stuff on stream. So if you want to come join, that would be super great. You can get there by following my Twitch. And yeah, that's kind of what I was doing this week, just messing around with my Twitch, making it more fun, more interactive, the adventure trials, and I'm also just been trying to 100% stuff. So I've 100%ed all of Mondstadt, and then more than half of Inazuma now. I'm at like 90% on Watatsumi Island, and then I just gotta do Seirei and Surumi Island, and then yeah, so and then I'm just working my way trying to finish it all before Fontaine, and hopefully I'll be able to. But the desert is kind of scaring me. It's so big, there's so much stuff to explore, but yeah, anyway, I'm kind of working on that, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, Genshin's been pretty great. I'm just trying to hype myself up for Fontaine by doing as much as I can in the game right now. And ooh, I forgot to mention, we did on stream. Okay, Kahi, listen to this. We did a stream where one of our community members, Healing Halo, who really, really likes healers, finally is getting his Kokomi. Was like he streamed his on Discord. He streamed his game to me, and I shared it on the stream, and we were reacting together to his pulls. So it's kind of like I was pulling on stream with him.
Hey,
and
yeah, nice.
Okay, so he had like 100 and 180. I don't know. He had a lot of pulls saved up, and his goal was to go for
That's pretty much guaranteed.
Go for Kokomi, get the weapon, and then go for as many Kokomis as possible. That was the plan. Okay, and so he's at 25 pity for the first one for the Kokomi. After 210 pulls, it's 50-50, right? Gets Kokomi. So it's like, oh my god, yeah, wow, that's so early. That's amazing.
Oh man, there's so
He's
much other
15
wishes to
pity
load it out.
on the weapon banner. And 110 pull, boom, Kokomi's weapon. Oh my god, amazing. We go back to the Kokomi banner.
Dude.
We roll until hard pity. Hard pity, oh my god, are we going to lose the 50-50? Boom, we won the 50-50. Ah, C1 Kokomi. Ah.
C1.
And then
what does that do? C1?
I don't know specifically, but
Okay, I'll look
makes
it up
her
later.
better, I guess. And then we just spent the last 40 or 50 rolls, and on the last one, the last 10 roll, another Kokomi. So he won 4 50-50s on my stream in a row, including the weapon banner, which is very hard to win. It was insane. We have the clip on Discord, so if you want to like actually go see it in our reaction, like it's on there. But like that was the most streamer luck I've seen in a long time. And then we had another member, Kazu. I streamed yesterday, and she didn't have that many pulls, or she had like 70 pulls ready, but she wanted at least one Faruzan and then try to get Kokomi, but she was on 50-50. On my stream, she got Faruzan in the first 10 pull, and then after 2 more 10 pulls, she got Kokomi. And so she's like, okay, I'm stopping. I was like, oh, streamer luck. Ah. So It was pretty great. Those moments were really fun to do, but yeah, that's what we did this week. It's pretty great. Okay, so let's move on to Genshin news. Okay, in terms of Genshin news, not so much because, as you know, Fontaine is coming up rather soon, and we're just kind of chilling for a while. So we did have 4 birthdays. We had Hazo on July 23rd, which I think was the day we released the last episode. And July 26th, we had 2 birthdays. We had Klee and Kuki, and then on July 27th, we had Yanfei. So I don't know why Klee and Kuki have the same birthday, but they do. So, there you go. And so 4 people, happy birthday. And then there was the Secret Summer Paradise wallpapers. I love when they release new wallpapers with like all the different like 4K mobile version and widescreen, like really, really nice. They have the really nice Wanderer picture, and this time the one from the live stream. And they also released some music. They released Shimmering Voyage Volume 3. I think Hoyoverse was also doing a Honkai concert this week as well. So yeah, just a lot of music stuff this week. But that's pretty much it for news. Not really that much else news-wise. I believe a new event started. Oh yes, the new event started. Kahi, have you tried that yet?
Okay, which new event? There's a lot actually.
So not the adventure trials, the one that just
events.
started. That's like it's literally Spiral Abyss, dude. It's really hard. It's like 90 seconds, and you have to do 3 teams, Kahi, and you cannot repeat. You should not repeat characters.
Oh my God.
So, I did the first 2 on the hardest difficulty. It took some experimenting, but I was able to do it. But yeah, maybe we'll probably talk about that next week. But it is very challenging, so just be ready and make sure you have all your characters like with their proper gear set, because you got to make 3 teams of 4 characters, 12 characters. So yeah, so that's what we got. And that's starting now, so we'll probably, and I think the last one unlocks like the day that this podcast comes out, maybe. So yeah, go try it, see what you think, and let us know, because it is pretty challenging. So, all right, that's pretty much it for Genshin news. Let's move on to our main topic of the day, the Liyue Ludicrous List. Okay, so we will get started with today's Liyue Ludicrous List, and the topic for today is a talent show. So let's imagine we've got like a Liyue's Got Talent sort of thing going on, and we're gonna kind of try to imagine what these characters might do for their trick. I don't know, for their talent on the show, based off of what we know about them and their abilities. So, and yes, we're just doing the Liyue characters today. So let's see how this goes. So we have 5 categories. So, and this is going to be based off of us, right? This is our tier. So we have top category is win. Do we think they would win this talent show? Next is runner up. So close, not quite win, but like do really well. Impressed is leave us impressed, but maybe not good enough to move up or even move on. Unimpressed, which is like, we've seen it or whatever. And then fail. So who do we think would fail? Trying to get in there, they would get 3 X's, they would be out of the competition, goodbye, So yeah, so those are our categories: win, runner up, impressed, unimpressed, and fail. So we're just gonna go through the list and only pick out the Liyue characters. Kahi, would you like to start us off?
So I'll start off with the most important character hailing from Liyue. We have Beidou.
Yeah.
Beidou, I am going to have to be absolutely honest. I know that she's not going to win a talent show competition. As impressive as she is, I would definitely say she is in the impressive category. Definitely not unimpressed, because she still has strength, talent. She has enough. She's literally cut a sea dragon in half, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna be impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Runner up, she doesn't have many like performative talents. I mean, she runs a boat, she knows how to be part of a crew, but as far as like showcasing showmanship style, I would say impressed, but she's like right in the middle for me. What about you?
No, I definitely agree. Like, unless they're gonna take a giant sea dragon out and then have her cut it in half in front of them, I think she'll pretty much just get impressed. And even with that, she'd probably only get runner up. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of powerful characters, and she is, she one of her things she has going for her is power. Obviously, she has a great personality, but that doesn't necessarily help you win the talent show. So I agree, impressed. So next from Liyue, we have the Coco Goat. Oh no, no, not even the Coco Goat. We have Popsicle Boy. We have Chung Yoon. So Chung Yoon, I think I would put him in impressed because he can. Oh man, maybe he'd be unimpressive because like he has cool powers. I think his powers are really cool, but like how would he show those? Like, can I imagine? If a demon showed up and he exorcised it or something like that, that'd be kind of cool. But somehow I don't think that would really be in the talent show. So other than that, what can he do? Make things colder, make giant ice swords appear. I did not do his hangout yet, so this is gonna be harder for me to know. But I think he'll probably be unimpressed. He's also pretty nervous. What do you think, Kahi?
I think he's like high category unimpressed, low category impressive. I definitely put him above Beto, probably under Beto, but he does have a lot more performative abilities. Like he's very acrobatic. He his combat animations are great actually too. I just noticed that while I was recording my video.
Yeah, they're
But
pretty great.
his summoning, his ice swords are a spectacle. They are impressive. So I
Interesting.
would say impressive. Like if I was
Okay.
just watching like his abilities happen, I would put him in impressed. But he doesn't have a talent actually. I mean, he's an exorcist, but it's not very like showy.
I
So
guess I
I'll put
guess
him
the
in
ice
impressed.
swords are okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll put him in impressed. I think I'll. You put him over Beto? No, right?
No, of
Yeah.
course not.
Of course not. Okay, yeah. So then I guess
How could you
I think
think
I'll
that?
move him to impressed as well.
All right, next up we have this. Yes, now we have the Coco Goat. I have to be brutally honest. I'm gonna put her at fail.
She'll probably fall asleep.
Yeah, probably fall asleep, very timid, not very good in front of crowds. I mean, if it's a talent show, it is a show. It is a performance. She would not do good at any kind of performance. She's not that kind of person, not that kind of personality. Her abilities maybe look okay, but it probably wouldn't impress. It's just not. She's not suited for the performative arts. So I'm gonna have to put her sadly at fail.
I'm gonna put her in unimpressed, just because her things are so normal. But like she can make an ice flower, which is kind of nice. And she can also make a giant ice orb that rains down ice. And she's a bow user, so I'm thinking she could try to do something where she makes ice flowers fall from the sky and shoots them out of the air. And I think that would be kind of cool. Whether she'd be able to do it with her personality, I don't know. But I also think it's not that impressive compared to some of the other people we'll probably see. Um, so, but actually, I guess I would put her. I think I could put her right next to Chung Yoon, like probably slightly below. But I think she can be impressed, or maybe she can just be high unimpressed. Nah, I think maybe I'll put her in high unimpressed. So I'm gonna leave her there. But she has some potential. I don't think she would fail, but maybe it'd be hard for her personality wise to do it. So yeah, but she's a good worker, diligent worker. So okay, next we have Hu Tao. I don't know, Hu Tao. I feel like Hu Tao can rap. We know this. Hu Tao Hu Tao did win a talent competition, sort of. So I think Hu Tao, combined with her personality, her fun singing and poetry skills, and her kind of dancing sort of movements with the disappearing, turning into butterflies thing, she could get runner up or win pretty easily. At least runner up easily. Win, I don't know. I think she could win, but I think she could win. I'm gonna put her in win. I like Hu Tao. I'm biased, but what about you, Kahi?
I have the same train of thought. Here's the thing: is pyro. So pyro is always like impressive. Pyrotechnics is a very common thing that they use in shows, especially if you want to be flashy, if you want to be, visually impressive. So definitely above impressed. I would say definitely runner up. I wouldn't put her at win
Mm-hmm.
because she has a very unique style, but could she take the whole show for that style? Like she raps, I don't think it was she's fun, but as far as like good singing, I don't know. She can
Yo,
be
yo,
good
yo,
as
the
far as
yo.
like oh god. Okay. Okay, I will put her runner up. I don't think she could win the whole thing, but she would definitely be a crowd favorite. Obviously, she's a fan favorite, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll put her at runner up. But I don't think she could win the whole show. There are some other options.
All right.
Speaking of other options, we have Kaching. Now, Kaching, I actually
Speaking of
feel
other
like
options, okay,
yeah,
okay.
we do have Kaching. I would actually put Kaching also at runner up. Um, her demeanor means that her personality, it doesn't. She wouldn't like, buckle under pressure. She's very stern. She's very poised. Or her abilities are obviously very very flashy, just like Pyro.
Mm-hmm.
Her burst is something that is incredibly like visually impressive. Yeah, I will put her at runner up. I think the only reason why I don't think she would win is because most of her talents would just be purely like combat focus based. Um, she's very acrobatic and she's very very good at just performing, but not for the sake of performance. She doesn't show off, but she just does things very like with a sharp tone to it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just put her at runner up.
I also put her runner up because she is so flashy. Yeah, I agree. I mean, zap 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 zap. That's pretty cool. It's really cool to look at every time. Also, in her normal attack animation, she teleports. That's pretty cool. Or she like goes so fast she disappears. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go to Ningguang. Okay, Ningguang. I feel like she would win. But I might have to just go with runner up. Under Kaching. I feel like she could win, but I mean, floating rocks. She can make this like rock gate. She can do like all this really cool stuff. Maybe I don't know. She's really pretty, obviously. I don't know. Would she steal the show? Think she could, but would she? I don't know. I feel like Kaching would be more interesting to watch, honestly. But what do you think?
So there's a couple reasons why I think she could actually win the competition. So one of the things is
She bought them. She bought the
canonical.
judges.
Yeah, that is one. Actually, that is part of the reason. So here's the thing: this is a talent show. If in Liyue, obviously, like Ning Wang is a Liyue crowd favorite. Like the entire city adores Ning Wang for many many reasons. But also, like canonically, her talents are more than just floating rock. She like summons like Gate of Babylon kind of thing.
Right.
she she is a spectacle to watch when she is actually at full strength or full power. Um, she knows how to be in front of a crowd too. She has that. She has the face. She has the grace. She has the ability to match. She can make it look so effortless. Like she could. She knows how to impress people. So easily in the top. But because it is also a talent show and because the crowd is also in Liyue, I have a feeling she's just gonna win this one.
Dang.
So I would put her at win. Okay. So we're good on Ning Wang. Good on going on to the next one. Is it my turn to introduce the next one?
Yep.
Okay. Next up after Ning Wang, we have Chi Chi. Poor Chi Chi. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put her all the way at the bottom, right next to Coco Goat. Fail.
Yeah,
Not
I
really
mean,
much.
agree. Like, not much,
Not much
to
to
see.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Okay.
Sorry, Chi Chi.
Sorry, Gigi, you're great, but maybe wouldn't win a talent competition. I would love to hear arguments for why she wouldn't fail a talent competition.
Actually, I have an argument. An argument.
What is it?
They're introducing the winner. All the lights go off, and the spotlights. You see the outline of Ning Wang, and then Chi Chi pops up.
Oh no! Why are you gonna do me like that?
Everyone lost the 50.
Everybody lost the 50-50. All right. So next is Shangling, and I think Shangling would win because she would just cook really, really good food, and everyone would be like, "That's cool," and then she would do it while the Pyronado is around her, and that'd be really cool. All right, so yeah. I don't know, either win or runner up, low win or runner up. I'm not sure, but I think she would do well. What do you think?
I have a feeling she could win. I mean, I'm actually agreeing. Yeah, she could definitely win because she's multi-talented.
Mhm.
She knows how to cook. She knows how to fight. She knows acrobatics. She has Guoba as a partner for the performance as well. Her idol animation is literally like balancing on one foot with Guoba on her head, balancing. The balancing act is always pretty common as far as like a performance. She knows how to impress people. She knows how to make people smile, make people happy, and
Mhm.
pyrotechnics and everything. All of that while her pole arm is kind of spinning around on fire. Yeah,
Mhm.
she could put on a show. She could literally do it like anything that she's been doing this entire
She would
time
literally just get up
normally.
there and do the thing in her idol animation where she's bouncing Guoba.
Yeah,
Na, 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 na,
while
na,
the
na.
while the yeah while the thing is
While the Pyronado's
like
flying around.
flying around. Yeah, I think she could win just because she is fun to watch.
Mhm.
Mhm. Well, and next up we have the complete polar opposite of Xiangling. We have Zhao. I think Zhao is impressive. Um, he probably okay. He's either in the runner up or impressed. However, I don't feel like as he's going through the talent show, he'd look like he's in it. He'd probably just do things kind of like half-heartedly.
Mhm.
He'd be impressive. Yes. He can teleport. He has a Yaksha mask. He can jump high in the air. Um, I don't think he would want to go for a win, so he's probably going to stay as far away from a win as possible. So I'll put him right in the middle under impressed. What do you think?
Yeah, I would put him at the end of impressed as well, just because like he like has the potential to do well, like you said, but then like maybe wouldn't, just because like he would do something and then he would just go and then like all the things would, green spikes and animo powers everywhere, but then even using his mask, but then he would just like not care, and so maybe the audience wouldn't be as into it because he's not much of a showman. So yeah, I think Shao is like, his abilities are impressive and his movement is impressive. He can just like poof and disappear. That's the whole show, guys. Poof. And then yeah, so that's pretty cool. But I think he wouldn't win or even get runner up, but he's impressive. Next we have Xing Cho. So Xing Cho, clearly acrobatic from the way he does his attacks. Can do water swords, can read books. Would he win? Probably not. Would he get runner up? I don't think so. I think he's also under impressed, maybe above Shao, maybe below Chung Yun even. So I'll just put him and Chung Yun next to each other. What do you think?
About the same. Um, he's very fluid in his, sword work, his sword play. He is a bit of a poet as well, so he would probably do all that while reciting some poetry. That's very likely. So he would have an impressive category. He wouldn't be in like high tier as far as again spectacle. I mean he has his rain swords, but even in the game, even canonically, it's not that big or impressive. But I would definitely say he can leave an impression on the people. So I'll put him in the same line as Chongyun, impressed. Now, as far as our next Liyue character that could probably leave a good impression, um, Jin Yan. I think Jin Yan, she's a musician. Um, Definitely knows how to put on a good show. I don't know about her singing, but she can definitely rock the house. I'll put her at runner up. Probably couldn't win it, but I'll put her at runner up just because musical performances are always high tier. What do you think?
I think she has the personality, the pyrotechnics, the musicality to win. So I'm gonna put her at the end of win. But I mean, she just like literally lights up the room. And nobody, what's it called? I don't know. Everybody respects her. Obviously, she won before with Hu Tao. That was a whole thing. But I feel like if she wanted to engineer a winning solo performance, it's definitely within her ability to. So whether she would win or not, I don't know. But I think she has the potential to, for sure. So obviously depends on what other things are going on in the competition, like what other people have. But yeah, I think she could win. I don't know. I might be being generous, but I mean, I like Xinyan too, and I feel like she is unique as one of the actual performers, like one of the characters who was an actual performer. So, um, next we have the CEO of GEO himself, Zhong Li. So, would he win? No, I don't think so. would he? Would he runner up? I think it's kind of hard to say. He's kind of chill. I don't know if he would like get up there and read a book or something. Maybe he would make some stone pillars appear and a giant stone meatball. And you know, I don't know. I feel like I'd put him in impressed. But maybe not even. I don't think he would win. I don't know. Really know what he would do to win. If he tells a story while doing Geo things in a really cool way, maybe that'd be cool. But talent show, I don't know. Not his forte, I think. What do you think, Kahi?
As far as like being a performer, I would not look at Zhongli as a performer. Especially like after like 6,000 years of war, and he really is just trying to chill out. His demeanor, his personality has calmed down a bit, so he's probably not gonna be flashy. He's not gonna move around a lot. He has interesting combat animations, but they're almost like they're too short, a little dismissive. He gets the job done, yes, but he doesn't move around a lot. He's not flashy. I would say unimpressed. Definitely not fail. He could put on a bit of a act, but he wouldn't be as impressive as the other characters because he's too stoic. Um, any other context maybe, but he is the Archon after all. But I don't think a lot of people know that. I'm pretty sure he's trying to live incognito. So, I'll put him at unimpressed. So the next up we have who's next? Oh, Yanfei. Yanfei, I feel would be fail. I don't think Yanfei has many other talents. She's a lawyer. She is an adeptus or related to one, but I don't know if she would be able to put on any kind of an act or wow the customers or audience or whatever. I don't know what she would do. I really can't think of one. What do you think? I don't think she
Well,
could take
I'm gonna
it.
put her in unimpressed because one thing you said earlier, like pyro. Pyro is always a good one to do things with,
Yeah, I
and
guess
she can
just for the
throw
element.
pyro balls and make pyro appear, like pyro bells appear. I feel like she could do something interesting. What it would be exactly, I'm not sure. But does it involve lawyering? No, it does not. But I think she could come up with something. She's smart, so I think if she was gonna try to win a competition, she would, or try to enter a competition like this, she would come up with something to use her powers for. But I just don't think her powers are enough, from what we know, to like. I mean, you'd have to be really creative. So, but as of right now, I don't really see what that would be. Plus, she's a lawyer, so her like job having to do with creativity, there's no reasoning for that. So, at least in that sense, for a talent show. So yeah, maybe it'd be hard. So I put her in unimpressed. I don't think she would fail the way Chi Chi would, but but yeah. Next we have Shunha. Okay. Shunha, I think, would also fail because Shunha doesn't know things, too many things. Has basically just raw strength going for her, and that's it. Does not have the personality, not a showman, etc., etc. So I think she would fail. What about you?
See, this is where we differ greatly because I do believe she could either be runner-up or win because her style of fighting. Yeah, she has her raw strength, but she has the grace and the beauty behind it, as well as her, exorcist powers as well. She can summon avatars of herself, so she can have like multiple like
Oh, that's
versions of herself
true.
dancing around. Her burst is actually really cool. Is really pretty, but also because um she does not freeze under pressure. I know she's cryo, but she doesn't look. She would behave
But
with such beauty and grace where it is already captivating. She's kind of like Ningguang in a way, just without the smile. So people would appreciate that. So she has a talent for, her fluidity, her emotions, her grace, and that. I think she could probably be a runner-up. Um,
Well, from what you
yeah,
said, I
I
put her
mean,
in
more
impressed.
people.
Like
Okay.
I don't. Maybe she wouldn't fail, but I don't know about all that. but
Well, because
okay.
as where she's at now, you know, she's where her story left off. She is, you know, slowly kind of getting back into the city. She's, you know, learning the people, learning how to be around people. So she's probably gonna have some effort. She's probably gonna put effort into this performance. So assuming that her character will stay on the trajectory as it is now, she she'll definitely she'll definitely try, which means she'll definitely have a lot more, you know, intention with her movements. But I think she's pretty high tier. I'll put her at runner up. Um, next to that, we also have I think next up is okay, probably the clear winner, Yoon Jin. I think we all know where Yoon Jin's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yep, clear winner,
Yeah. Tippy top of win right
definitely.
now. Yeah.
hmm So for those of you who don't know, honestly, Yunjin, her story, it's been a while since she had that performance. She did an
Mhm.
actual like opera singing performance and like storytelling, um, in the what is the floating jade palace in front of Ningguang, and impressed her. So if you're gonna impress the other potential winner, then you're probably gonna be the winner. So yeah, Yunjin, I would say is a clear win. Do you agree?
No, I agree. I agree.
Oh, of course, of
Um,
course.
which leads us to our next person, who I also think is a clear winner, and it's Yelan. I think Yelan is so good at whatever she wants to do, and she has obviously a really flashy ability with the strings. Her pose at the end of her burst animation is already freaking like show many and so cool. And then she also has like in her normal attacks, she like kicks her bow and like pulls it back. Like
Mm-hmm.
so cool.
The
She has so
famous
many things
one.
she could do.
Yeah.
Like I don't yeah, I don't see her not winning honestly. But what do you think?
True. She knows how to put on a show, but also knows how to stay in the shadows, so she can surprise and delight. The strings are definitely a big plus. Her bow skills are a plus. Her burst is great. Pose is great. Yeah, a lot of things would lean her towards being a winner. All right, and after that, who is next up on this lineup? I believe it is. Ooh, kind of going all the way down here. Yao Yao. Did I skip anyone? No, yeah. So Yao Yao. Uh, fail. I'm sorry. Should probably be in the same line as Chi Chi, same line as Ganyu. She's not really talented. You know, her pole arm combat skills aren't that impressive either. She actually kind of wobbles when she attacks, which is pretty funny. Um,
But she like
Yogui,
spins it around like
a little bit,
like
and she like, you know, she throws it
her
up like a
pole
baton.
arm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
right.
I mean, I wouldn't call it impressive. It's cute, but I wouldn't call it impressive as far as like a talent. So yeah, she's probably gonna be a fail. I'm sorry. What do you think?
Dang, I'm gonna put unimpressed because she would try to do something with Yuegi, but like it wouldn't be that interesting. So it'd be like, oh okay, cool, you know. Like I imagine her like doing something like, I mean maybe she could do something impressive. Okay, maybe she could do something impressive. Like, imagine she like takes her polearm and like puts a Yuegi on either side, and then like as the Yuegis are juggling the radishes or whatever it is that they throw, she's juggling the Yuegis. Would
You
that
know,
be
I could see
funny? Like
that.
she's like
So
juggling them with the
yeah,
pole
okay,
arm. Yeah. So
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
impressed
you're
or
right.
low impressed or, you know,
Okay, yeah, I
she's
wouldn't say fail
I don't
then.
know. She's
Yeah.
yeah, like
I would
either
call that
unimpressed
unimpressed.
or
I
low
could see the
impressed.
trying.
Mhm.
I can see the effort,
It's
but
like kind
sorry,
of
Yao Yao.
boring, but like
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
know
Maybe
you're
I'll put it
trying,
high
but like I,
unimpressed, but
yeah, just
like
because I
there's so
feel
much
bad.
potential with Yuegi, but like whether or not you know Yao Yao could do that or would care to do it or to learn like a routine, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, Yao Yao's great though. just wouldn't win a competition, I think. Okay, so I think now for the last one, Baiju. So just imagine Baiju like, watch me revive this dead man in front of your very eyes, like a magician show or something. I think he would get runner up. I think he can do a lot of really cool things. I don't know if he would win. I don't know if his, if he is able to do anything in a talent show setting that would enable him to win, but he has like, the flashy catalyst moves where he like does the pressure points. He has the snake, he has long green hair and his ability to cough blood. Those were pretty impressive. So I think he could I think he could get runner up maybe. What do you think?
This is another one where we differ. Honestly, I think he'd fail. I really do. And he's like, his
I could see
attack
that though.
is unique,
I could see it.
but it's not visually impressive. It's not performative in any way. He's very composed. He's poised, but he's not. He doesn't reach out too far.
I think I'll put him unimpressed because he probably would hurt himself trying to do
probably.
This.
I mean, his intermittent cough. He can't control it. I mean, Changshen could probably save him and be like a performing partner. But
that's a good point.
Really
actually, now I think about it, the cough might actually make him fail. I think it would ruin his whole performance for him to just constantly cough blood during.
It's too unpredictable. I think he would fail.
Yeah.
He would definitely.
Interesting.
He wouldn't go for a win. I mean, he would participate probably just to be part of the thing, but he wouldn't put in the effort. I really don't think he would. So sorry, I'm gonna put him in fail.
All right. Well. So then, so fail. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna put him in fail too because of that. Yeah. So there we go. Our short little Liyue ludicrous list. I would love to now see some of these performers performing. I would love to see one of those, those YouTube videos where they take the character models and make them do fun skits and stuff. I would love to see someone animate a talent show skit with all the Genshin characters.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah.
It'd be pretty great. Just being creative of what could this character do with their powers? I'd be really interested with that. So for those of you that want to try it yourself, head over to a tier making website and share it with us in our Ludicrous Lists Discord section. We're just doing Liyue this time. And we may do more in the future. Probably won't do the same subject again, but as always, feel free to do an entire big tier list of all the characters, and what you think how you think they would do in a talent show. All right, so that's our ludicrous list segment for today. So Kahi, let's move on to our community discussion question. So what was our question last week?
So last week, the question was to our audience, because we did a lore learn along for Eula, who should our next lore learn along character be and why? And of course, we have a lot of different answers. A lot of people have their own favorites, or some people do actually have certain genuine interest in characters that they want to learn more about. So we have some responses on Discord and some reasons behind their answers, and we have some on Spotify. And I'm going to see if we have some anywhere else. But in the meantime, Josh, would you like to share what our Discord has been buzzing about?
Sure. So for Discord, Fox with Wings says, I would actually really like to listen to a lore learn along on some Sumeru characters like Parvez Ravan or Simon Faraxad or Dwarkanath. Okay. And then in parentheses, Fox said, okay, Jay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to hear you pronounce those words in the podcast. What the heck? The one I would actually love to listen to is Lilipar's story. There are lots of books about her in-game, but the stories are long and complex, and I feel I've lost many cool details. Oh boy, that story is cool and sweet like honey. If you know, you know. Although, to be fair, reading the books would be more interesting than reading the wiki, in my opinion. Yeah, Lilipar. Okay, that's actually a really good topic. Lilipar's story is insane. So
the genie in the bottle.
That actually sounds like a really decent.
The pink one.
Yes.
She has a
the story of how
backstory.
she.
Yeah.
It's really dark. It's really dark. So maybe we can talk about that sometime. Salido says Danes left, but this time around 4.3 to 4 for the annual visit each time. Oh, so each time he tells us about more and more, we want him more and more. Oh, to do a lore learn along the next time Danes left shows up is what Salido's saying. Like, because we'll probably get some kind of crazy revelation as what happens every time that he shows up. So yeah, we'll see. I would love to see it. And Pavo Noctua says the Traveler because everyone skips them. Well, we are doing the lore learn along of the Traveler as we play the game. So, we are learning along with everybody else. We're living the lore and we're learning as we go along. Sarah Q says, as a fan, I vote for Kokomi. Also very relevant to the current patch and banner. Netopus _ Tentacle Queen says, I would also love some Kokomi backstory, especially revolving the uprising of the resistance. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty good. Kokomi. Lack says, I'd vote Albedo. Not sure if it's because I started playing last year, but he kind of just showed up to do the tests on Traveler and then not much else. Yeah, Albedo's backstory, especially if you haven't played the events and you didn't watch the cutscenes, is really interesting. Let's see. Retro Sky says Xiao and the Yakshas. Oh, I would love to do Xiao and the Yakshas, please. I would love to do that eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Cloudy says, "Ooh, I really like the one about the Cataclysm. I think it'd be really fun if you could do one about the Archon War. If not, then I think something about Xiao and the Yakshas would also be cool." Okay, nice. So Xiao and Yakshas, another vote for that. Well, I would love to eventually do that eventually for sure. Kazu says, I would like if the lore learn-alongs were connected to each other because I always get interested in other mentioned topics and characters after hearing the episode. For example, this time in Eula's learn-along, Amber was mentioned a lot, and I would like to find out more about Amber. Well, I think we'll eventually get to a lot of these topics, but yeah, we try to keep it like somewhat relevant to what's going on sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Like
we'll
either banner characters or story characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always reasons to bring up a certain character into the limelight. Like Eula was definitely really important because it has been forever since Eula was ever even part of the story or in the game. So yeah, we wanted to give her a little bit of attention for that. But yeah, as they are relevant to the current scene.
So that's the last one for Discord. What about on Spotify, Kahi?
So yeah, Spotify. Of course, let's see. User the Prinzessin der Vertelung, of course, wants to learn about Fischl. A lore learn along about Fischl would be great since I missed all of the events with her. Oh, you missed all of the events with Fischl.
Oh
man,
dang.
that sucks. Especially the last one. Dang. Okay, we learned a lot about Fischl. It'd be interesting to learn more about Kokomi because she is an important character in Izuma. I highly agree. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are liking Kokomi lately, of course, because of the banner, as well as her importance to the story. Presa says, I think that you should talk more about Kokomi, or maybe Nilou if you want. Waiting for the next episode. Oh, thank you. The Jester says Zhao and his Yaksha friends, because I think no one really knows much about it, and I'm interested in that. I am too. We got a whole story event, which is now gone. A lot of people don't like how story events that are really, really important, have awesome information, just vanish. Amel Strange says Dory. Like many people, I don't get what's her appeal and what makes her likable. Hoyoverse won't create her just for us to hate on her, so enlighten me. Okay, Dory is one of those typical like merchant archetypes where she's trying to swindle people out of their money. And in a place like Sumeru where there's so much trade, so much international travel, and a lot of peddlers, there's a lot of people who are trying to make a quick buck on the streets. So Dory is like the personification of that.
But Dory also has a supposedly somewhat sad backstory, so like we should look into that actually, because I also openly don't like Dory as a character, and however she got there, even if I knew how she got there, she's there. So I am curious to learn about it, because know your enemy better than you know your know your enemy inside out. Like I don't know, like I should probably know more about her so that I can explain why it is I don't like her, but
so
what
you
I
can
mean?
Understand your own hate.
Yeah, I gotta like have an informed opinion, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see.
And the last last person is Lulu. I think Ayaka, she might not have a lot of lore, but I think there's still a lot of stuff we don't know about her. Even in her story quest, she didn't say a lot of things about herself. Or Sino, same reason. Okay, yeah, Ayaka seems to have a little bit of... We only know about, like, surface level stuff, maybe a little bit of her family, but we just know more about her, like, personality. Like, because, you know, she's been somewhat of a shut-in because she doesn't really go out. She honestly doesn't have a lot of friends. I think Toma is, like, the only, like, companion she really has, and he's more of, like, a servant. So yeah, we definitely could learn a lot more about the Kamisato family, but I think we learn more about the family from Ayato because he's more involved in, like, the politics of it.
True.
So naturally, we would learn more about both of them. So yeah, I have a feeling like we'll learn more about the Kamisato family in the future because it's very interesting to know about the government structures for, like, these places, because eventually they do, like, divulge a lot. Inazuma, I feel like there's still a lot of untapped potential there, a lot of mystery that we could still bring up. But yeah, I hope to learn more about that too. And that is all from Spotify. So, leading us into next week, Josh, would you like to introduce next week's question?
Sure. So, we're going to Fontaine pretty soon, and just want to have another little thought experiment about knowing the characters. Which character do you think would get into the most trouble in Fontaine? Assumably with the law. So, for those of you, we've asked similar questions like this before in our Discord, but let's see what your answers are now that we're a little closer to Fontaine. We know a little bit more, but we don't know a lot yet. So, who do you think, just ahead of time? And let's see if the answers hold up after we know more about Fontaine. So, yeah, that's it for the question. So, yes, you can answer that question, of course, in the Discord, as well as on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, and YouTube and Spotify as well. So, any of those places, feel free to answer the question with your answer. Now, let's move on to our last section, One Last Wish. So, Kahi, are you ready?
Me and my one wish are ready. I don't think I need Kokomi. I have Kokomi already. I don't know if I want to see one.
Ooh, I got Wander's Weapon. So, like, this past week, actually.
I really want that.
I was so lucky on stream. Also, streamer luck, Kahi. You gotta come to stream sometime, and you can pull on stream. But
I will find some time. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was great. I won the 50-50-50 or whatever because I never roll on the banner. So. I got lucky. So I'm not gonna roll on that one this time. But what are you gonna roll on?
Well, since you got the weapon, I'm gonna try my hand at the weapon. So,
yeah.
I'll go first.
Go.
I'm going to wish on the weapon banner. Incoming. It's blue, dabba dee dabba die.
It's blue, dabba dee dabba die.
Ferris Shadow.
Oh.
I don't even know what that claymore does. I mean, it looks cool. I don't care.
Looks cool. 3-star. Don't care.
Yeah. All right, Josh, your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna be rolling on Kokomi's banner on my US account because I do not have Kokomi on my US account, and my pity is probably pretty low. Yes, it is at like 10. So, let's see what kind of magic we can work here. Ba-bam. It's purple! Haha! Take that, Kahi.
You win this round.
I got a flute. I got the flute.
I actually really like the flute. I used to use that on Ayaka like for the longest time.
Me too. I use it on Ayato.
It matches her aesthetic.
Or Jean. Yeah, it matches Ayato too, actually, weirdly enough.
Mm-hmm. They seem like blue and like the
blue dabba-dee dabba-die.
Dabba-dee
dabba-die. So yeah, that's our one last wish segment. All right, that wraps up the show for today. Thanks for listening. If you have time, please leave us a comment and a review. We'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening, YouTube as well. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, once again, at Genshin Guys Pod, or me at JSide Gaming, or me at twitch.tv/JSide, and Kahi at Kahiao, Kahiyayo, on Twitter and YouTube. So, as always,
Ad Astra Abyssos.
星と支援を目指せ
Enjoy.